Is Bitcoin forming a local top here, and are we going to see some downward action in the coming days? I'm going to show you exactly which levels to watch in the Bitcoin price and what all these lines means that I have drawn on these charts. Then guys, we are going of course to have a quick look at the regular financial markets, because this one looks to me very interesting. It's just pushing higher so far. We're going to have a look at Ethereum, which I have some interesting things I want to share with you about. We're going to have a look at the altcoin market, and I'm just going to share with you an altcoin. So we're just going to have a general market update, which will give you a clear direction, clear information on what my opinion on the market is and what I think is going to happen. So guys, let's jump straight into it. And if you like these videos, guys, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you are new, make sure to subscribe, because we have been anticipating this whole rally up, while most people were actually shocked by the amount of strength that was shown in Bitcoin, and most people were still in the bearish mood because they were still used to this downward price action when we were anticipating this to go up, also because of the emotional state. Now let's dive into the Bitcoin price action. And guys, one thing that is really remarkable from this rally right here, this is something you should not ignore, really guys, is there has not been any correction yet. Like, we just go up, right? We just had this low, right? The 60-day cycle low. We go up, consolidation, even like upward consolidation. Then we break up again, we consolidate. Everyone is thinking, okay, now we really topped. And it just pushed higher. And this is what I said in my previous videos as well, guys. I expect actually something to happen like this, because we are going to form probably the 60-day cycle top somewhere in the next coming days. Maybe we get one last push up, so we do something like this, where we just go one last push up, and then we get that 60-day cycle low. Maybe we push a little bit higher, and then we are going to get that cycle low right here on the previous high. That would be extremely bullish. But I just want to say to every single one of you, if you have a big holding back of Bitcoin, right, and we are right now at the all-time highs, right, then of course I can understand you are going to take some profits. But to turn ultra bearish right here, well, there is no indication as of yet that Bitcoin is showing only strength, right? You could, for example, like if we lose this uptrend, okay, then you can maybe already see, okay, the uptrend is a little bit lost, the short-term uptrend, we are seeing some weakness. But so far, guys, this has only been pure strength. But of course, there are some signals that you have to be careful, and this is really a period where I would suggest to not go into late long positions, because the move is already quite far. Maybe this move is already done and we are going to see a small correction right here. There are some indications. So for example, we have like this bearish divergence over on the daily time frame, a lower high on the momentum indicator with a higher high on the price. That shows that this last push might lack a little bit momentum, right? But nevertheless, guys, price action is the most important, and price action has not yet indicated any warnings. So there are a lot of warnings in the background, right? Trading at all-time high, maybe volume, maybe bearish divergences, but price action have not confirmed anything. And what I've learned, guys, in the previous bull market is that a bearish divergence in a bull market does not mean anything. If you would short every time there is a bearish divergence in 2017 or 2020-21, you would have lost all your money, because these bearish divergences are being created to create more space for bullish momentum in a bull market. They are not dangerous. You have to confirm it in the chart as well. So what we are going to look at is how can if Bitcoin is going to come down, which levels to watch. Well, of course, I'm going to talk about these Fibonacci levels, and the first one is 101,500 roughly. Then we have the golden ratio right here from this move. The golden ratio would be at 95 or 90, actually, yeah, from 96,500 all the way down to 95,300. This is going to be a very important zone, guys. And I actually, when I see the price action of Bitcoin right now, I actually believe that Bitcoin should not really trade below these levels. So breaking back below these levels, that is definitely going to show some weakness in the chart, and it's going to be a warning basically for this rally, because when we come down and we test this level as support and we can continue to go higher and do something like this, like we do something like this, and we then, this would be very bullish, of course. This would be very, very bullish, because of course there's never a one line up, right? We need to get corrections along the way. But especially, guys, in the last phase of the bull market, which I think that we are in based on time, it's becoming more and more irrational. So things will happen, rallies can happen without any pullbacks. It can become very irrational, because if you have a look at the 2017 last phase of the bull market, or 2020-21, at the end of the bull market, things just went parabolic and went completely crazy. And if you are betting on corrections all the time while they are not visible yet in the charts, this is a very dangerous game. And I get it, you want to anticipate it, you want to be early, but for me personally, it's better to wait till you have some more clearer confirmations, especially from the price action, that there indeed is a correction coming, rather than speculating or gambling on corrections while it has not been basically it has not been showing. So for example, right here everyone was saying, yeah, now it's really going to correct. Then here everyone is saying now it's really going to correct, and still hasn't done that. And it might do it because I get the signs, we do see some stuff, but let the price action lead. That is my advice. Okay, we have some lines right here, these white lines. What do they represent? The white lines represent time, guys. Time, and I made a target of it, but it doesn't necessarily need to mean that we are going to meet that specific target. But this time, these lines right here are very important, and the move that we are seeing in Bitcoin, I don't think that move is done until we are reaching one of these moments in time, or somewhere here, right here in between. This time is calculated based on previous rallies of the Bitcoin price, and I expect a similar rally, if not more crazy rally, from the breakout we have seen so far right here, once we are breaking back above all-time highs. Guys, this is normally the nice moment, when we break above all-time highs, similar what we did right here, right? Broke above all-time highs, and then we get a very nice surge. This was from 73 all the way to 108. That is a $30,000 move in a meta, guys. Let's see the meta of that from here till there. In a matter of 45 days, that is 1.5 months. Things can go pretty crazy out of hand. So guys, take that in mind. Then we go to the regular financial markets, and so far the regular financial markets also not yet really have shown a topping pattern, although here again there are many reasons to believe. We have these gaps right here, we have one right here, and we have one right here. The momentum indicator might roll over pretty soon, but the price action still has no indication yet of going down, because this is just still pushing higher, almost pushing to the all-time highs. This is pretty big, right? A pretty big reaction we got from the lows right here. Then we go to Ethereum, guys, and I find this chart interesting. That's why I wanted to share it with you, because Ethereum had this big bump, this big surge right here. Also a breakout from the resistance right here. Very important breakout, because this is a multi-month resistance that has been started in the late December 2024. This definitely looks like a bump and one reversal pattern as well, similar as to Bitcoin, the one we have been talking about very much. But so far we had a nice push. We did come down, we did have a correction, but look at these wicks. It get quickly bought up. Of course, the momentum indicator is a little bit overbought, but these dips are getting bought up really quickly. The wicks are to the downside, not to the upside. That tells us that based on the price action, there are definitely more buyers right now than sellers, if you ask me. So if you want to become bearish, then wait first till we get more of a declining structure, a true downtrend, because so far this is just looking bullish. And if you zoom out, probably on a weekly time frame, it's even looking more bullish. Look at the weekly time frame right here. We broke a resistance. We have the momentum indicator pointing up. There's a lot of space to get here to the top, guys. For me, Ethereum looks very, very bullish. And on the daily time frame, yeah, we might be a little bit of overbought conditions. But guys, in bull markets, especially late part of the bull market, doesn't really matter. We are going to see irrational things. We cannot rely only on the indicator like, yeah, it's a little bit overbought right now. You cannot rely on that in a bull market. Because in a bull market, things will get overbought on the momentum indicator. It will stay there for a very long time and the price will just push higher, right? So don't be too scared when you see overbought conditions. Look at the price action. Wait till a break of clear support before getting any panicky feelings. Now we're going to altcoins. Altcoins are... We have to put this a little bit in perspective, guys. Okay, let's start with this one actually on the daily time frame. So you gotta imagine, guys, that altcoins are in a megaphone pattern, right? Enter this megaphone pattern from an uptrend. Generally speaking, if we just zoom out and we just ignore all the noise, this is very bullish. This is just very bullish. Then we had a correction right here. While still in that pattern, everyone is bearish. Everyone, it's like altcoins are dead. Altcoins will not gain any traction anymore. A lot of people sold the altcoins. It is a dead market, right? But it's still in this pattern. Then we have this bounce. A lot of people, really a lot of people, guys, have not anticipated this bounce. I've been the whole time saying on YouTube that I'm not selling because we are still in this formation, we are still in this pattern, so there is no reason yet to sell. This one went very quickly to the resistance again. Then here at this specific moment, some people get bullish again, right? The ones who were bearish right here, they get bullish right here. Now we get a small correction, everyone is bearish again. I have to say, guys, that it's actually good when everyone is bearish, because the more pessimistic the sentiment, the better it will be for altcoins. But I'm going to show you a specific altcoin. But first of all, let's go at the momentum indicators right here. Okay, a little bit overbought, it's coming down, but on the 4-hour time frame, and I like what I'm seeing right here. We already have a bullish divergence, so we have a higher low on the momentum indicator, lower low in the price. And you can see already, guys, that... And this is what I like as well. So we have the price coming up, coming down, forming a higher low, but a clear higher low, like a good distance higher low, right? Uptrend. This is a short-term uptrend. Here we have a low, we come up, we come down, and that low is almost at the similar distance from the previous low. It's a little bit higher. So that means that the momentum indicator is retracing further than the price, creating space for more bullish momentum. So personally, what I'm seeing, I like what I'm seeing. And guys, that's what I'm telling in the last videos as well. In hindsight, it's always so easy to explain. When the big drop comes or when the big pump comes, you're gonna say like, it was so obvious in the end. But on the other hand, guys, right now it's also already pretty obvious what the structure is telling us. But it is, and this is the hard thing, guys, it's very difficult to imagine. But imagine also the moment right here when a lot of people were feeling so bearish and they felt like, yeah, the market is just going nowhere. And suddenly in just a matter of a couple of weeks, bam, we have a very good gains to get back all the losses we made in months. So in a couple of weeks, we just get back all the gains or get back all the losses that we made over multiple months. Similar as with Bitcoin. This move went really fast. Do take that into consideration. Now we have a look at an altcoin, guys. This is DYDX. I like this coin. I have a position in this token as well. But yeah, what we are seeing right here is that if we look at the structure, and this is what I want to do, just look at the price structure right here, then we can see a rounded bottoming formation forming here, right? So something that we have seen right here as well is rounding, which means that so we fall, we fall, we fall, we fall, we fall, but the falls, the drops, they are getting lower, 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 lower until we have like a double bottom. Then the next drop is actually higher, which is a higher low, high, high, higher low, bam, then we have a big move. Here's the same thing, guys. Drop, 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 double bottom, drop, higher low, higher high, higher low. This looks like a transition into an uptrend. And I like these rounded formations because normally, guys, when you want like a continuation or move to the downside, you want to have something like this, where we have like we come down, move sideways, come down, move sideways, come down, maybe like a bear flag, come down. This is a longer period of time where we are like consolidating and a rounding pattern where we formed a low right here, and now when the price comes back down, it is being bought up above these lows, creating this uptrend. Right, so it will be dangerous if we break below this low of 51 cents, but as long as we are holding above it, I'm expecting a big move in DYDX, and that doesn't necessarily directly mean that we are going to moon and we are going to new all-time highs. That is very optimistic. I know this bull market so far looks a little bit different in terms of speculation because a lot of altcoins have been bleeding, but I'm expecting definitely moves like this where we have like this rounded bottom and a big surge to the upside. So for example, maybe we could do something like that where we have a surge to the upside right here to the resistance. That is still a gain of 175%, with the potential, of course, to break and eventually get way higher levels because we are in that last phase of the bull market, which timing is so important. This is the thing with cycles. The most money is made in the last part of the cycle. That is also important to realize. But okay, guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gives a clear image on what I think is happening on the crypto markets. I do understand people expecting a correction right here, and I would not do late long positions right here. I would wait for a correction and then enter new long positions. That would be, in my opinion, the more safer bet. But nevertheless, guys, let price action lead the way, because otherwise it can be very dangerous in the bull market if you are guessing on all these indicators like overbought, various divergences, or thinking you get a correction. Ask yourself very clearly, or write them down maybe, what are the reasons why you think certain things, and then look at those reasons again and think like, are they really valid? Because it can be your emotional state talking, or it can your rational state talking, but most of the time it's your emotional state talking. Guys, if you want to trade Bitcoin or altcoins, make sure to check BTCC Exchange, new partner of the channel. Right now you get a exclusive bonus, which is a 10% deposit bonus on all deposits above $500 Tether. Guys, this is actually pretty big, because this would mean that if you would deposit 100k, you would get 10k bonus, which you can use for trading. You don't even need to touch that 100k, so you can open free positions with your tradings. Basically, you can open free positions if you have a stop loss and you will not use your own capital. And 10% is actually pretty high, because if you look, for example, at other exchanges like Bybit, you need way higher deposit requirements and sometimes even volume to get these bonuses. So this is a unique unique promo that BTCC has been launching for us. So if you're interested in that, you can check this out. I'll leave a link down below in the description for the experienced traders that like to use this platform. Guys, I want to wish every single one of you a very beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video. Bye bye.